Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at financial maths. We're doing the examples for exercise 4. And exercise 4 is on page?
72.
Sorry?
72.
72. Okay. So annuity applications and problem solving. So we said sinking funds. Companies often purchase expensive equipment they will use for a specific time, specified time. They then sell the old equipment at scrap value and purchase the new replacement item. To have money available to purchase the new equipment, the company usually plans ahead and sets up a sinking fund, or a fund called the sinking fund. They make regular payments into the sinking fund to save for the lump sum required to replace the equipment when it reaches end of its useful life. The company uses the scrap value of the old equipment and the money available in the sinking fund to purchase the replacement item. So here we're told the scrap value, the depreciated value of the item once it has reached the end of its useful life at the company now. Because there's somebody else going to buy it and use it further on. Remember that these three important aspects of sinking fund situation. So the sinking fund involves a regular fixed payment providing money for the future. It is a future value annuity. Okay? To determine the amount available in the account, you will apply the future value annuity formula that we have applied before, which was if v or future value is equal to x into 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I. Then determine the scrap value of the old piece of equipment using the formula compound decay. Remember that whatever you're going to sell is going to depreciate, not so. And we did this in grade 11, we dealt with that formula where your A is equal to P into 1 minus I to the exponent n. This is your depreciation on diminishing balance or reducing balance method. Okay? And to determine the expected cost of the replacement item, use the formula compound growth. Compound you inflated. Remember that the item will escalate. Okay, and using the inflation formula, which is A is equal to P into 1 plus I to the exponent n, which is the same as your compound interest formula or compound growth. Okay. Let's look at an example. This example is on page
71.
Sorry?
71.
17. Okay. So here we are told that the company purchases a copying machine for 270,000. The company expects to replace the machine in 5 years' time. They anticipate that the cost of the machine to escalate at 16% per annum compound interest. They expect the present machine to have a scrap value of 100,000 Rand in 5 years' time when they sell it. The company sets up a sinking fund to save for the new copying machine. They will use the amount they obtain from the scrap value of the old machine and the money in the sinking fund after 5 years to purchase the new machine. The company will pay a fixed monthly amount into the sinking fund starting 1 month's time, which means to say it's in conformance with the formula. Okay, there's no variation on it. And we'll make the final payment at the end of the 5-year period, which means to say that's also in conformance with the formula. The interest earned on the sinking fund is 10% per annum compounded monthly. The cost of the new machine in 5 years' time They ask you to determine the cost of the machine in 5 years' time. So of course, that is inflated value, not something. So for inflation, we use the formula A is equal to P into 1 plus I to the exponent. So we've got A is equal to, what's the cost of the machine? 270,000 Rand into 1 plus. That is a 16% compound interest. 0.16 to the exponent. 5 years. Okay. Let's get calculator up quickly. $270,000 into 1 plus 0.16 to the exponent 5. So that machine, or a similar machine in 5 years' time, will cost 567,000 and 92 Rand and 25 cents. Okay. Number 2, the question says the rate of depreciation of the old machine on the reducing balance method. The rate. So you're calculating R. On the reducing balance method, it follows a formula. A is equal to P into 1 minus I to the exponent n, also known as diminishing balance method. Okay. We know that the machine is going to be worth how much in 5 years' time? 100,000. That I got from here. The starting price, the starting value is 270,000 Rand into 1 plus 1 minus I is what we're calculating to the exponent. So for us, in order to calculate I, we divide 270,000 both sides. 270,000. Then I'm left with 1 minus I to the exponent 5. That's all. Then I take the fifth root. So that cancels. It's going to be 10 over 287 is equal to 1 minus I to the 5. So of course I take the fifth root both sides. And then I minus 1 and then I multiply by negative. So it's negative the fifth root of minus 1 and then I multiply it by 100 to get the rate. So it's going to give you a negative, open brackets, the fifth root of 10 over 27 minus 1 times 100. Give you 18 comma 02. Okay. Is there any confusion? Okay, so let's go to the next question. The next question says, determine the amount required in the sinking fund in 5 years' time. So the amount required in the sinking fund in 5 years' time. So, the future value, what do we need to save for? So remember that future value is going to be what the vehicle would cost in 5 years' time minus the amount that they will be getting for the vehicle. The scrap value, which is 100,000. Okay, can you see that, people? So again, to calculate the sinking fund value is going to be the difference between the expected price of the item in 5 years' time minus the scrap value. Okay. So the expected price of the vehicle, of the machinery in 5 years' time is 567,092 Rand and 25 cents. Minus 100,000, which gives you 467,092 rand and 25 cents. That's what we need to save for. Is that correct? And the next question says, the value of the fixed monthly payment the company must pay into the sinking fund. Remember that for the sinking fund, the fund will be earning an interest of 10% per annum compounded month. So, is the payment frequency in line with the compounding? Yes, as you can see, it's a monthly payment, compounded monthly. If this was a quarterly payment compounded monthly, I will change the interest to compounded quarterly. Okay, we always change the interest. Okay. So with that in mind, we're going to use the future value formula, of course. So we say future value is equal to x into 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1. And this is all over I. Okay. What do we need? How much do we need in the future? We need 467,000. 467,092 rand and 25 cents equals x, my monthly payment. That's what I've calculated, into 1 plus. What's your interest rate? 0.1 is 10%, not so? Compounded monthly. So it's 12 times 5 minus 1, and this is all over I, which is 0.1 over. Okay. One of two things I can do here. I can either manipulate, make x the subject of the formula, which I will be doing, or I could have worked this out here on the calculator and just then say 467,092.25 cents divided by that answer, which is the same thing. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I cross multiply, or that can come down, that can go up, and x will stand on its own. So x is equal to 467,092.25 multiplied by 0.1 over 12, and this is over. The outer bracket I can drop. If you rewrite it in, there is no problem. It's 1 plus 0.1 over 12 to the exponent 60 minus 1. We'll give a monthly installment of 467,092.25 multiplied by 0.1 over 12 over 1 plus 0.1 over 12 to the exponent 60 minus 1. Gives you 6,000. Gives you 6,031. Is that correct? 6,031 rand and 89 cents. Okay. Is there any confusion there? Okay, so for that you should be able to have done exercise 4. Alright. The full lesson can be found in the description box below.